Welcome back, beauties. So today's video is a foundation 411 on the brand new Diorskin Forever Undercover foundation. Just launched this week by Dior, at least we just got it in store. So it is available in Nordstrom stores, Nordstrom.com, and of course the Dior website. And this is not to be confused with the original Diorskin Forever foundation, which launched years ago. It's been around forever. I remember picking up a bottle of that from Sephora maybe 5 years ago. And recently it's kind of resurfaced and kind of had a resurgence, if you will, in the industry. A lot of big names, big beauty bloggers and YouTubers have been just singing the praises of the Diorskin Forever. So this is just a new launch. It's part of the same family, but there are a lot of differences with the formula. So this is the bottle, and you'll see when you take it out of the package, one of the major things that I noticed right away, was the top. It's not a glass bottle. It comes in a plastic bottle, and it's kind of just got like a little squeezy tube. It actually reminds me a little bit of MAC packaging, and that's not to say, you know, make any comparison between MAC and Dior, but just the way you get a very fine tip nozzle. I actually really like it because it allows you to squeeze out just the right amount of foundation so you don't waste, you know, maybe if you pump too much out, or with a bottle without any sort of nozzle, sometimes you can pour too much out on your hand. It is a water-based foundation. I didn't find anything that said you needed to shake it. Full coverage, 24 shades available, natural matte finish. It's got a lightweight formula to take you from day to night. This is a kiss-proof formula, touch-proof, life-proof, all night and day, a full 24-hour wear. I'm not sure why you would need foundation that long, but it is intended for extreme correction, and that's a phrase that they list right there in the description of the product. So when I was thinking about who this foundation is best suited for, it really could be for quite a broad range of people. This is going to be a foundation that is light enough that you can wear it in the office in the morning, but then it can last you with no touch-ups necessary well into the evening. So for those busy moms or, you know, working women who have a day that is scheduled from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., this is going to be a great option for you. Also, anybody with skin concerns, so if you have extreme redness, dullness, blemishes were actually listed on the website, this is going to be a really good foundation for you as well, because it's a thin enough consistency that you don't have to layer a lot to get full coverage, which is very important when you're looking to correct. Along with the foundation, I've been using it with my Diorskin Forever Undercover Concealer, which this actually launched a couple months ago, so quite a while before the foundation launched. But I really like this formula as well. I wanted to do a review of this concealer back whenever I first got it, but I'm glad I waited now because I think the combination of the Undercover Concealer with the foundation is really a winning match. It's very radiant, it's very creamy. I find it to be more hydrating than my NARS concealer that I was using. It blends out a lot, so you're not going to get extreme coverage like you do out of the YSL All Hours concealer that I love so much. So this is more of my everyday concealer. It's kind of kicked out the NARS, and I'll still save the YSL for special events and photos because it gives me such an extreme flawless under eye. This just blends a little bit too much for my liking. Another con I will say is the range. Again, similar to the foundation, you don't really get a shade that is very, very light. Even the lightest shade is going to be hard for somebody with very pale skin, especially if you want to get a very highlighted under eye area. So this one is the 20, and I actually have the 20, the same shade in the foundation. But overall, I do really like this concealer. Like I said, it's great for every day. It blends beautifully and it stays hydrating, so it doesn't give you a crepey, dry under eye area. Overall, I have loved the Undercover foundation by Dior, and I actually used the original Dior Forever a couple years ago, and as popular as it's been, I really wasn't a giant fan. I kind of liked it, I didn't love it. This I love for the purpose that it serves. So this is not going to be my everyday foundation because I just don't need it to be. But for special occasions, for photos, for events, I would definitely recommend this, and I will be wearing this foundation. In terms of being a long wear foundation, I think it compares really beautifully across the board to others in the same category. So compared to, let's say, the Ultra Wear from Chanel, I would say this is more forgiving in fine lines and wrinkles. It's also not sticky, and it doesn't dry down super fast. So it's very easy to work with initially. Once it dries and sets, it is going to be, you know, a long wear, of course, 24 hours. However, when you are applying it, you don't have to worry about doing sections on the face and applying it in a very specific way, the way you kind of have to be careful when using the Chanel. The YSL All Hours foundation has been my hands down favorite longwear foundation. That has been my go-to for special events and photos. This gives it a bit of a run for its money. Of course, I got this in my winter shade, so I'll probably save the YSL for those times when I'm sunless tanned and I want to be really bronzy. That foundation is a little bit more luminous on the skin, I would say, than the Undercover. Compared to the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion foundation, it is matte, but not quite as powdery matte. So I would say this is up there as one of my top 2 favorites for a full coverage long wear foundation, which is huge because I really have never, until this moment, had a Dior foundation that I felt that strongly about. It's beautiful. And just like the Armani Power Fabric, because that would be another foundation that I would say is in the same category, the one thing I will say, you don't have quite the shade range. So Giorgio Armani kind of takes the cake in terms of number of shades across the board, light to dark. Same with Bobbi Brown, who just launched a longwear foundation. One con, if you are extremely fair, you might struggle to find a color for yourself. So the 10, I believe, is supposed to be the lightest shade, and it is light. But if you're somebody with very, very pale skin, the 00 Alabaster from Bobbi Brown is the lightest foundation that I've ever experienced on the market. So you may struggle to find a shade. There are, let's see, what did I say? 24 shades listed on the website. In terms of darker colors, they do have a decent range of darker shades, but I know sometimes it can be really tricky, whether it's too blue based or too red, to find those darker shades too. So if you're somebody who has tried this foundation and you're a darker skin tone, definitely let me know below in the comments if you found it easy, if it was difficult for you. I'm really curious because, of course, I always play on the very fair side of the spectrum. Unless I'm working on clients, I don't really get to experience the full range. That's it. Thank you so much for watching my review of the Diorskin Forever Undercover Foundation. Hopefully you found this video helpful. Of course, leave me any of your comments or questions down below. I will be linking this product as well as all of the makeup products that I used on my face down in the description box in case you're curious. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe.